Hello, welcome to your row and glow balance and blast style class. So we'll warm up and then we do part of the class as a balance style, part of the class as a blast style, getting a little bit of both worlds, having an amazing time and sweating. There'll be lots of variations throughout. I have two sets of weights. I have a set of 8s and a set of 10s. If you would like to scale down a little bit, stay more in the light to medium range, amazing. I want you to stay focused and in control, especially with the balanced portion. We're going to start down on our hands and knees and doing some breath in quadruped. So hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. As we inhale, we relax through belly, relax through pelvic floor. And then as we exhale, we start to find that gentle lift through the pelvic floor, belly button up towards the heart, not changing anything else. Inhale, we release. Exhale, we lift. Imagine pulling your pelvic floor away from your pants and then your belly button up towards your heart or the flesh away from the floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, nothing else in your body moves, just finding that connection to your foundation. Doing one more rotation here with your breath. And then making your knees a little bit wider. Maybe your hands walk just a little bit forward. As we inhale, bringing the hips to the knee or towards the heels. And then as we exhale, coming up on the knees, shoulders to the hands, not dropping through the pelvis, just the shoulders on top of the wrists. Inhale, releasing through core, releasing through pelvic floor. And then exhale, find that lift, shoulders, elbows, wrists, all. Inhale, release. Exhale, slow and in control. We are connecting to that foundation. One more here. Exhale, raise and rise. Beautiful. Making our way all the way up to standing. Heels are going to be about hip distance apart, maybe slightly wider for this warm-up. Slight out turn of the toes if the pelvis is feeling a little tight today. As we inhale, the hips come behind the heels. Exhale, we stand up, raise and rise. Inhale down. Exhale, we lift. Smile. We are moving. We are breathing. Whether you're starting your day with this or winding down, maybe midday pick me up, we're going to move with our breath. So making sure the hips are coming behind the heels. Weight is into the heels. Toes should be able to wiggle at the bottom of that squat. 3, 2, and 1. Feet can come through center. Big inhale coming down into a lunge. Back knee also bending. Inhale to lower, exhale, pressing through that heel. We are trying to come up as one unit. So we're not leaning into that leg. Hips are even down and up. Making those micro adjustments to engage through the core a little bit more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise and rise. We're going to increase that heart rate a little bit more right away, coming into some butt kicks in 3, 2, and 1. A few different variations. We can stay low impact, bringing the heels towards the hips. We can add a little bit of upper body here side to side. We can add a down and up. We can come into a running variation, and we can increase that running variation. So many options to suit your body where it is today. Taking an option that feels good, feels connected, and yet slightly challenging here to wrap up our warm-up. A few more movements here, down and up, and we can alternate. You don't need to choose one and be stuck with it. That's the cool part. Your workout, you make it what you need. 3, 2, and 1. Final movement here. Take a big breath and reach towards the sky. Dive forward, start to walk those hands either so we can drop the knees or into a full plank position. And then either way, we walk back up towards the hands, reaching up. So your variation of an inchworm. We're healing the core. Baby on the inside, drop into those knees. Exhale all the way back up. If it feels strong and connected, we can walk out all the way into that full plank. Just being mindful that the hips stay in line with the shoulders. We don't want them dropping down. Exhale, coming all the way up. Maybe you do one last one. We're here for 3, for 2, and finish where you are. So good. Grab a sip of water. We're into our main set. So we have 7 moves for our balance style. I'll be showing you each move as we go through it, a little bit of a rest in between. Our first 2 moves, we're doing one on one side and then one on the other. You will grab a weight, Coming down onto all fours. So knees are under the hips. One hand, let's do our left hand, is in front of our face first. And then what we are going to do is row that arm up. So that's our right elbow that we row up. And then we are opening up into this tripod position. And we will be here for 45 seconds, pressing on one side. Then we'll take a little bit of time to rotate onto the second side and do it there. Notice that our shoulder is quite open and quite vulnerable, so scaling down your weights if that feels safer or more in control. So left hand is in front of the face, knees are under the hips, untuck the pelvis, here we go. Row up first, inhale, lower, exhale to press. If it bothers your head, neck, shoulders, eyes to look straight up, you can look forward, or we could even close our eyes. Relaxing more into the upper body. Inhale, bringing the elbow down by your side, and then exhale, pressing it. So like I said, shoulders in a vulnerable position here. Finding our breath. Inhale and exhale, relaxing everything else as much as possible. Firing up that core as we press. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. Come off those knees for a moment if you need to. We're going to shake it out. We have 15 seconds in between each movement here. So now we will come into our right hand. Knees are hip distance apart. Here we go. Row and press. Let you see a different angle here. And know that your shoulder flexibility might be different side to side. So have some grace with yourself. Inhale to lower. Exhale, press. Can we bring those hips back through center as much as possible? Trying to equally press through both knees and our right hand. Relax the neck if you ever need that little bit of a break. Inhale and exhale. 15-second rest coming up in between each movement, like I said. For 4, 3, I'm feeling it, 2, and 1. You're incredible. We are grabbing a set of weights for this one, getting really low into a squat. So if you are able to come into a full yogi squat variation, heels on the floor, knees pressing open into a bicep curl here, we can start. Inhale to release. Exhale to fire up. If this yogi squat is not okay, we will come into a sumo squat variation. So heels wide, and we're holding here as we come into our slow bicep curl. So arms stay nice and narrow, concentrated curl as we lower and raise. Inhale, release. Exhale, fire it up. Weight is in the heels. Exhale. So strong. 10 seconds to go. Find your breath, find that connection, and finished. Beautiful. I'm going to change my weights for the next one using my 8s because we're here for a little bit. Same upper body movement. Pressing into the left foot, right foot comes behind, drop through that right hip. We can keep the right foot there, or we can hover it up, coming into a wide row. So we flip the dumbbell heads face to face, and then we bring them back together into a reverse fly. Here we go. Wide row, reverse fly. Wide row, drop through that right hip, keep the weight even, balanced. Oh, don't look away. 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. Oh, shake that out. We're into the second side. So just 30 seconds per side for this one. Placing our weight into the right foot this time. Left foot steps behind, drop through that left hip so hips are even. We can stay there, or we can start to float that left foot up. Here we go. Wide row, reverse fly. So strong here, keeping that balance. Wide row, pressing the chest forward. Gentle squeeze between the shoulder blades. We've got this. Core lifting towards the heart. Smile here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's not real if we don't fall too, right? All right, coming down onto the floor for butt blasters. Have a weight handy in case you're wanting to add a little bit. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Bring those knees together so they're touching, and then pressing in through your left knee, we start to lift through the right. So goal here is to keep the hips perfectly even. So if you had a cup of coffee on your back, it would stay there. And our knee is not changing. So 90-degree angle at the knee and at the ankle, staying stable. If you're wanting that extra, you're putting your dumbbell here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We have 15 seconds if you need to get out of the wrists, out of the knees. Second side. 3, 2, 1. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Bring them together. Second side might feel different. Sometimes our flexibility through the hip is different side to side. Our strength is different side to side. Trying to keep those hips nice and even as we are lifting and lowering. Chest is open, pressing into the palms. Elbow creases face one another, so rather than facing forward, turn them in. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. 15 seconds rest here, and we are back into our tripod press. So take a sip of water if you'd like, and then we're back onto all fours, and then we'll switch on to all three. So grabbing your dumbbell there, from the knees, left hand in front of the face. Here we go. Row, and then we stay in this tripod position, hips on top of the knees. So if they start to come back, that's okay. I just don't want them to come too far forward and dropping into a plank position. Feet can be nice and relaxed, or if it feels better to keep the toes tucked, we can do that too. Good. Elbow down, and then elbow up. Amazing how much this can activate through the shoulder, isn't it? 15 seconds left here. Continue to roll that right side body on top of the left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Switch sides again. Right hand under the face, from the knees. Here we go. Row. Make those little adjustments. Make sure that we are stacked and connected. Especially in this balance component, our goal is to have full connection, full alignment, and maximize each repetition. Find that breath. Use that challenge as an opportunity to build strength. We've got this. 12 seconds to go. I'm feeling it too. The second side is tough. We've got it. 4, 3, 2, and done. You're amazing. Grabbing that set of weights for our yogi or sumo squat with our bicep curl. So heels are in, toes are out. Coming into that sumo squat, or if you're joining me all the way down in our yogi squat, make sure those shoulders, ribs, and hips are in the nice stacked straight line so our back is really strong. Inhale, release through pelvic floor. Exhale, find that zipping up and in. You've got this. So strong and connected. We are halfway there. Second round through these yogi squats with curls. Sumo squat with curls, your variation. Bring more weight into the heels. The toes should be able to wiggle. Gentle squeeze between the shoulder blades if we're starting to round. 3, 2, and 1. Stand all the way up. So good. All right, this is where I'm grabbing my slightly lighter weights for the wide row reverse fly. Starting with the left leg, right leg comes out behind, dropping through that right hip, hands come down in front. We can hover that right leg, wide row. Palms come together into our reverse fly. Continue to press into your left heel, wide row, reverse fly. Now with that right leg, kick out. Don't just let it be limp and lifted. Activate through that right leg, like you're reaching for the wall behind you with your heel, and your toes pull towards your nose. 2 and 1. Walk out that glute. We have 15 seconds. How are we doing? So good. Pressing through that right foot. Left toes come back. Maybe they stay there as we hinge forward. Maybe we lift up. Woo. Wide row. Week to week, our balance changes. Hormones, fatigue, nutrition, so many factors. Finding your variation of this exercise, dropping through that left hip, firing up through the right, last repetition. So good. Down into those butt blasters with a weight if you would like. I'm going to start with the weight this time. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and then bring those knees closer together just so the knee is as centered as possible as we come into that butt blaster. So the knee only lifts to that hip height, so we're not needing to go higher than the hip, which could potentially allow your belly to drop. With the weight there, you are more inclined to bring the heel actively towards the glute, which you will feel that different activation, even if it's just a light 1 or 2 pound weight. Really nice, pressing through the upper body, stabilizing, and switch. We have 15 seconds. So come out of the hands, come out of the knees, switch that weight if we're using the weighted option. Roll it out. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Heel in, hips connected. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Shoulders stay on top of the hands, making sure we're not dropping through the belly. Again, that beautiful cup of coffee sitting on your hips. So strong. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. That concludes our balance portion. We're going into our blast. So take a sip of water. Very similar layout for the time and 15 seconds in between each move. But we're going to increase the intensity a little bit. All right. First move is a split press, either with a quick step or a hop, depending on what we're looking for today, how that pelvic floor is doing. So I'll show you the lower intensity option first. Feet start together, dumbbell is under the chin. As we take a little step back, weight is in the front heel, we press above. If that's still too much pressure, we can step out, in, and then press with the feet together. Higher intensity. All right, so you are choosing. You can mix and match. You can do a few reps of one, few reps of the other as we're starting to reintegrate through the pelvic floor. 2 and 1. Here we go. Nice and light on the toes. Weight is in that front heel if we're just kicking one leg back. Good. Or we can step and press. Step and press. Good. Or we're hopping and pressing at the same time. 45 seconds here. We are halfway done. You choose your variation. We can add a little bit more intensity to that hop, or keep it nice and light and quick. Keep this going. We have 10 seconds. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, amazing. All right, single leg squat to a deadlift. I'm going to keep one dumbbell in my right hand for this one as we do the left side. So dumbbell right hand into my left foot. Here we go. So we're coming into a single leg deadlift and then scoop it back into a squat, stand it up. Good. Bring that leg back. Single leg deadlift. Scoop it back. Stand up into that squat. Watch the knee. Deadlift, planting that right foot at any time. Still getting a little balance. Even this FYL blast component. Single leg deadlift. Scoop it forward. Pressing in, lifting up, take a rest. So good. Switching to that other side. So flip your dumbbell. We're now into the right leg. How are we doing? That even increases the heart rate, hey? Single leg deadlift into that right leg. Here we go. Dropping through the chest, nice and even, flat back. Scoop that leg forward, bringing the weight into the right heel, kick it forward. Single leg deadlift. Lower it down, kick it back. Stay nice and low, bending through the right knee now, and then stand all the way up. This one might take a little bit of practice. Take those first 2 repetitions, maybe even rewind or pause. And then next round, you can get the full 30 seconds each side. Whew. All the way up. 3. Let's do one more. 2. And finish this one. And 1. Incredible. Woman makers for our second one. So lots of variations here. For this one, dumbbells down onto the floor. We can be in a quadruped position. Row with the push-up. Sometimes we do the push-up before the row, and then walking all the way up. Bring the dumbbells with you, overhead press. Let's go. Time has started. We can come back into a full kneeling plank for our push-up. Row, stepping or hopping up, all the way up into that overhead press. Or those of you doing the full plank, you're probably already doing it. Full push-up with our row, step or hop, all the way up. So you are choosing your variation, stepping or hopping back to your toes or your knees for your push-up. We could always pop up into the toes for the row. Hips and chest are nice and even, not wavering when we come into that row. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Second round. Find your groove in that one. Dumbbells are away. Give your hands a little bit of a rest. In and out squats. We're going to come nice and low with our feet together. And we're going to step it in, step it out, staying nice and low, or staying nice and low, hopping in, hopping out. Let's go. 45 seconds. Hop it in, hopping out. Step it in, stepping out. So we're staying nice and low. Hips are behind the heels. We're not letting those hips scooch forward. Bring them back. Nice long spine. Whatever variation we're doing, our weight is in the tip-top toes, heels are lifted. Chest is up. Oh, so strong here. This is where we start getting that heart rate up. Full body movements. Endorphins are flowing. Adrenaline is pumping. 15 seconds left here. Listening to your body. Even though we have all those feel-good hormones going, what is honoring and serving my body right now? Shoulders down. So good. 3, 2, 1. Incredible. Grabbing a set of weights, side lunge with a row at the bottom. I'm going to go with my 8s here. Feet are really wide. Toes in front of the heels. Weights come down. Weight of the hips come behind the heels. And then we stand up into the other side. Here we go. Exhale, row. Exhale to stand up. Inhales in between. Elbows alongside the torso. Squeezing between the shoulder blades. Inhale, lower. Exhale, weight into the heel stand. You want a little bit extra? Slide across rather than standing all the way up. Slide. So good. Elbows on either side. 10 seconds. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. Incredible work. All right. Grab a sip of water. 10 seconds. We are starting round 2 of that blast series. So good, right? All right, grab that weight. Split hop, split step back with press. Here we go. We've got this. Weight is in the toes. Unless we are keeping one foot forward, press into that heel. Step back, together. Step back, together. 3 variations here, or mix and match. Good. Split hop. So strong. 10 seconds to go. Final round through these moves. 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. All right. Oh, we're going to keep that dumbbell. Single leg deadlift to our squat. Starting right foot, left hand this time. Planting through that right foot. Left toes come behind. lifting them up. Here we go. Single leg deadlift. Bend, bend, bend through that right knee. Scoop that left leg forward. Stand all the way up. Good. Kicking left leg back, reaching down, bringing that leg forward. So our goal is to keep our back as flat as possible here. Single leg deadlift. We know to press into that right heel and then keep that posture standing all the way up. Whew. We have 8 seconds left here. Kick it back and then scoop it forward. 3, 2, and 1. Yes. 15 seconds. Second side. Flip that dumbbell over. Weight coming into the left heel. Right foot lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, my friends. Drop it down. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Press and lift. Kicking that right foot out, dropping through the right heel. Maybe we come a little bit lower. Press into the left foot. Raise it up. Lower down. Gentle squeeze between the shoulder blades. Bring that right knee in. Kick it out. Raise it up. So strong. Keep this going. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. Grabbing our set of weights for our women makers. Your variation. Kneeling, stepping, hopping, full, jumping. You mix and match each portion to make it suit you. Here we go. Stepping back, dropping back. In that push-up, we inhale to lower, exhale to press away. Then we are into our row. Make sure we have a nice base of support. Stepping or hopping up. Row and pop those dumbbells coming into our overhead press. Lots of movements here. Slow it down. If you've never done this movement combination before, we're not rushing through anything just to say we did it. We want each movement to be intentional and meaningful. Lowering and raising as one unit in that push-up, making sure the chin isn't dropping below the chest. Let's do one more here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. You did it. Dumbbells down. In and out squats. Again, your variation, mix and match. Choose one. That's up to you. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Step it out, step it in. Hop it out, hop it in. Chest is up. Heels are lifting no matter which variation. Firing up the lower body by keeping those heels nice and lifted. Weight is in the tip-top toes. Shoulders are back and down. We've got this. Make sure the knees are following the ankles, so we don't want the knees caving in. No, no, no. Let those knees follow. Same with the step out. Hips, knees, ankles, all stay together. Yes. So strong here. 15 seconds to go. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower. Keeping that same form. So good. All right, team. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Incredible. Shake that out, walk it out. Side lunge with our row. Grabbing our weights. Feet come nice and wide. Toes in front of the heels. 3, 2, and 1. Coming into our side lunge. Wide row. We can either slide it across right from the beginning or continue to lift up and lower down into the other side, watching the knee over top of the ankle. Enjoy that nice stretch through the straight leg, planting into both heels. We row elbows alongside our rib cage, gentle squeeze between the shoulder blades, pressing the chest, and then release to come over. 15 seconds to go. We've got this. So strong. Little core set coming up next. Sliding it over. And done. Beautiful work. Dumbbells come down. Grab a mat or come onto the floor. Grab that sip of water on your way if you'd like. We are starting with V-sit variations. So V-sit variations, bridge variations, and then a side plank variation to finish up. So in our V-sit variations, you are all at different stages, so there should be lots of options here for you. I do not want all of you doing the same variation. So hips, so sits bones, hips, ribs, shoulders, all in that stacked straight line. Feet are hip distance apart. Grab on behind your knees. Roll those shoulders really high, pressing the chest forward, and then we might let go here. If as soon as you let go, you find your spine round, grab back on and hold here. We are inhaling, allowing that pelvic floor core to release, and then exhaling, drawing our pelvic floor away from the mat. Belly button lifts towards the heart, rib cage comes together, and then we release. Beautiful. Exhale, drawing upwards, inwards together, growing through the spine. Inhale, the spine stays long, but the core releases. So no change into the spine. If that's easy, we can let go and lean back. If we see or feel any tenting, doming, or coning through the front body, or if we start to round, we know that we should lift back up. Continuing to inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Beautiful. Coming onto your back, rolling onto your back. Your heels should be close enough that you can touch them. Feet can stay hip distance apart, or a little more balance, we might bring them right together. Inhale, releasing. Exhale, firing up that core as you lift one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, releasing one vertebrae at a time. Hands can stay on the floor, providing you a little extra stability, or maybe we lift the arms up, just pressing through the feet. If the feet are together, zip the legs together. If the feet are hip distance apart, keeping the knees on top of the ankles. Stay here if you would like. If you would like a little bit extra, lift one knee and lower all the way down. Keep that knee lifted and raise all the way up for 2, and then press that foot down, lifting through the other leg for 2 repetitions. Knee at 90, raising and lowering, hips off the floor. Feel those different sensations. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Rolling out of that, right elbow is under the right shoulder, bringing your knees both back behind you or right in line with you, holding our side plank here. We might stay here, or we might add a clamshell. So starting to lift that top left knee from the right. Exhaling, lifting. Inhale, lowering. We can raise that top hand up. We can stay in this position anytime, or we could drop and just do the clamshell. Switching to our second side. Beautiful work. So setting up on the opposite side, left elbow under left shoulder. Knees are together, lifting that hip. Here, again, we can stay, or we start to integrate that clamshell. So just as I was just finishing saying on the other side, if the side plank is ever too much, we can drop down and just work on that clamshell, getting into glute med. We might lower all the way down to get into our clamshell, or adding that side plank clamshell, or dropping down and lifting up. Lots of variations here. Slow and controlled. Right side body stacked over left. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. That is your row and glow. We are going to stretch it out. Soles of the feet come together. If you'd like to do a second round of that core, rewind, do your second round, and then finish off with your stretch. Rounding through the spine, chin tucks. Enjoy this stretch into the low back, into the pelvis. And then we're going to send both legs out in front of us. Pull the toes back towards your nose. Settle in on your sits bones. Take a big breath in, reach towards the sky, and then with that flat back, come down. Hang out there wherever your final position is with the flat back. Feel that gentle stretch, toes pulling in, and then allow your spine to round, chin towards the chest. Beautiful. Round all the way up, bringing your right heel alongside you, opening up through that right hip, and lean back until you feel a gentle stretch through your right hip flexor. Your right knee should stay on the floor. So some of you will need to lean back quite a ways to feel a gentle stretch, and some of you'll stay more vertical. So listen to your body. You want to be able to relax into that hip as you lean back. Beautiful. Coming all the way up. Switching legs. Same thing, finding your stretch on this side. Might be different than the other side. Beautiful. Come forward. One leg comes back forward, other leg crosses on top into a figure 4. So if this is enough of a stretch, stay here, feeling it into that right hip crease or the right glute. If you'd like a little bit extra, cradle your arm like a baby. So right foot is coming into left elbow crease, and that right elbow has our left knee, and we can hug it in here. Pigeon pose, fire log pose, or any variation of a figure 4 would get the same spot as this one is. This one I like that we can just mobilize through the hip a little bit, but do what your body's allowing you to do today. One more breath. And then help that foot out. Good. And then we'll cradle the other foot. So crossing it over, we might stay here, or if we're wanting to pull it all the way up. Good. And try to sit up really straight here. So we might be kind of slouching or hovering. If we can press the chest forward, amazing. Beautiful work. Releasing there. Get a gentle stretch into the shoulders. So wherever your legs feel comfortable, we can bring them all the way into a cross-leg position. They can stay out. Chest and shoulders squeeze between the shoulder blades, maybe a little bit. Hip flexion, reaching forward so the arms can come behind. Keep clasping onto your hands, or you might grab opposite elbows, reverse prayer, leaning forward, whatever that looks like for you. I like reverse prayer because we also get into the forearms a little bit. Beautiful. And then wherever you are, find a comfortable seat. Maybe it's exactly as you are when you release your arms. As you take a big inhale, let your belly go, let your pelvic floor go, let your shoulders release. Inhale, find softness, and exhale, melt. Inhale, release. Exhale, melt. Thank you for joining me for this wonderful workout today. Enjoy your day. Bye.